So here we've got Murphy. He's very relaxed. He's riding pony cross thoroughbred. He's done lots of different things. How does he feel at the moment, Keely? Does he feel lazy or a bit lazy? Yep. You can see Keely's ankles are kicking him a bit there. Trying to just get this walk a bit more forward, get him in front of the leg. He is a horse that, you know, the rider needs to be confident to give him a bit of a kick. Yeah, that's Amber photobombing with Isaac. And I think if you were on Instagram, you would have seen the leopard spots. And today we have some kind of like tiger print. Oh, no, okay. You're getting a sneak peek if you watch this, apparently. Okay. For a minute, I thought you were wearing the same clothes, and I was like, that's going to be embarrassing.
I should have brought my fancy spotty ones for this. Your macaron pants.
I'm actually not really a fan of the animal print clothes, but apparently I'm been massively outvoted, so. Just getting a bit more active behind, a bit more forward. Good. So you just have to keep sort of asking him until he works out that, you know, trotting off isn't quite what we're asking. We just want that walk a bit bigger, a bit more forward. Why was that you? What happened?
I kicked with my outside leg.
Okay. She had a leg spasm. Okay.
I used the wrong aid. I used the trot aid, not the walk aid.
Alright, well that's why you trotted, I guess. We've got Isaac flying around. Amber's been working on his changes a lot lately. I think he quite enjoys that. Maybe the animal print tights are like giving her a bit more speed, or I don't know.
Speed, bounce. Kind of the same colour as
I didn't know.
this face.
Yeah, kinda. Alright. Poor Murphy. Isaac's ruining his training video. Okay. Does he feel like he's getting more in front of the leg? Or, yeah. That's good. So yeah, as Keely gets him more forward, more in front of the leg, we hope that he starts to, you know, reach down into the contact a bit more, which Keely says he is, which is good. And that's how we're going to sort of start to work him in some different frames, get him in some long and low, get him soft over his back. You know, it's really all about the basics of, you know, your leg connecting to your hand, then wanting to, you know, stretch down and out into the contact. And we never really stop doing, you know, all of those things. And that's always what we check first. Like if me and Amber hop on a horse, we'll be like, how does it turn? How does it stop? How does it go? How does it feel in the contact? And then, you know, you can always make all those things better. That's getting there, good. And you can see Keely's still having to work a little bit there, but you can see that he's starting to step under himself a bit more and get a bit more active behind. Alright, so I think we're ready for a trot, when you're happy to go forward to trot. There you can see he sort of wants to pull down a little bit, and whilst we want to make the frame, you know, a bit long and low, like that's sort of one of our goals, to be able to do that with every horse. It's on our terms. And you want them to be soft and carry themselves when they do that. So when he pulled down there, Keely just made a half halt and said, no, you know, I'm going to set a boundary with my rein. I'm not going to let you go down there. So when you're ready and you feel like you've established, you know, kind of a forward rhythm, start to just make some changes in the rhythm, and then once that's good, we'll do some walk trot transitions and just see if we can get him a bit more on the aids, a bit more in front of the leg, Well, we nearly got taken out by another chestnut pony. They're just everywhere today.
It's going real fast.
Yeah.
We're not horse shy.
I feel like I'm gonna blame the animal leggings again for they're just sending eyes like crazy. It's those pants, they're just turning him wild. That was good though. Alright, that looks pretty good. That's nice and forward. Doesn't look like Keely's having to work too hard there, which is always the goal. Good. So now she's going to start to make some changes in the rhythm, just back and forth. And just checking how on the aids is he. And then you can see sort of when he gets a little bit low, that's when he gets kind of that interesting movement in front as well. So we're just trying to let him carry himself a little bit more. That's it, good. So yeah, at the moment, if I was riding him, I'd probably almost be trying to keep him a bit sort of off the bit because he just doesn't want to kind of carry himself. Yep. That's it. Maybe let's change rein somewhere when you're ready as well. Good. Keep him up there for a minute if you can. See if he can carry himself a bit more, even if he's not in a frame. Good. Because he's trying to sort of take advantage of Keely there and sort of balance on her hands a little bit. So we're just going to say, you know, we don't really care too much if you're not in a frame, but you're going to have to support your own neck up there. That's better. You know, you don't always want to ride them with, you know, really steady contact. They have to be able to go by themselves as well. But a lot of horses, you know, we get, you know, it might be good for them to be ridden with the head up in the air for a couple of weeks. Good, yep. So there, Murphy just kind of went to slam on the brakes a little bit on Keely, which is another sign of, you know, not quite being as in front of the leg as we would like. And then she really backed it up with a firm correction from her leg by giving him a big kick, which is definitely something that, you know, people that would be a good match for Murphy need to be able to do. That's good. And there you can see, you know, we're working on him not taking advantage of the contact and being lazy, and he's starting to work into a better frame there. Whereas in front of the vertical, he's not pulling down. He hasn't got that weird sort of front action that he was doing a little bit before. And then as that got better, you'd start to add in a bit more like security in that contact as well, and get more of a test frame out of him. Good, so start to make some transitions when you're ready. If he takes advantage of the contact, that was good, in the transition and goes to sort of bear down on the bit, then I really want you to just soften and give him a big kick and send him forward. You didn't do it then, which is good. Good. So, you know, depending on the horse, like how Murphy started like that now, I'm really watching for that. And so when Keely asks him to slow down, if anything, I'd prefer the head to come up a little bit, and at least then he's going to be carrying his own front end and pushing from behind a bit more, rather than going a bit downhill and sort of leaning on Keely a bit. That's better. Good. And then when you're ready, let's make some walk transitions as well, trying to think that you're checking that he's really in front of the leg. So we go tiptoe, 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 and then back up to trot. Big kick. You know, and different horses, you would sort of tailor this exercises to them a bit. We just did Flash's training video before Murphy, and for him, I was really looking for a few really nice, clear walk steps because, you know, he's a more forward type of horse and we always want to encourage relaxation with him. But for Murphy, we're more looking that he's really just sharp off our aids. So even if Keely only gets like 3 walk steps, but he really shoots off, that's kind of the goal at the moment because we're trying to really reinforce him being in front of the leg. And that's what we're looking for with Murphy with this at the moment. Good, that's better. So let's change rein and just see if we can do a couple of them this way as well. And, you know, this would be a good exercise for someone that brought Murphy to continue with. Just, you know, checking that he's nice and in front of the leg, really on your aids. She's gone really far away. We've got Orange Pony down here again, harassing me over there. And Murphy's back. Okay. So when you're ready and you feel like your trot is, you know, nice and established this way, we're just going to do the same thing. And we're going to check because he seemed to kind of bear down on the bit a bit more this way. If he does that, I want you to really just give him a big kick and send him forward into no contact. So he has to carry himself. That's all right. And again, you know, there Murphy went, oh, I'm going to canter. And when you're working on the forward, that is definitely going to happen. And you don't want to tell them off for that because it's still forward. It's just not quite exactly what we want at that moment. But, you know, they're trying. Isaac's done. Amber's giving a big pat. What's the animal print for tomorrow, Amber? Oh, she's out of animal print, apparently. Pardon? Snake print. Okay. Snake print for tomorrow. Oh, she always wants something. Yeah. Venom, apparently.
The post office only needs to see Venom nowadays.
Pardon?
The post office only needs to see your car rocked up nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They don't need to know my name or anything. I just walk in. Good, and that's fine too there, like Keely corrected it and he went to canter up. I actually like that because he's getting more in front of the leg and that's a big effort for Murphy to have to, you know, do a walk to canter there. Good, getting much better. And, you know, we're not like fussing about the contact too much at the moment because I want to make sure he's carrying himself, but as that got better, you'd start to add in a bit more steadiness in the contact as well. Good. Alright, so when you're ready, Keely, I think he can go straight to canter. I don't think he's worked too hard. So how's he feel?
Good.
Yep. Yeah, and so now, because, you know, she's worked really hard as well on getting him in front of the leg and feeling good in the hand, we're going to go straight to canter and then we're going to give him a bit of a break after that. Just going to sort of capitalise on what we've already fixed. Not fixed, not that anything was broken, but, you know, you're always working on improving things. Good. What happens if you just sort of carry your hands a little bit more in front? There, maybe, yeah, that's better. Shorten up your reins. But I don't really have to say much to Keely about her position ever. But she just had her hands back at her hips a little bit. There, that looks better. She's not saying anything at all. No comment from Keely. She's normally got pretty perfect hands, I reckon. But...
Me?
Yeah.
No way.
No, they're normally pretty good. That's better. What?
I said my right hand has a mind of its own.
Well, we all have. Mine's the left hand. That's dodgy, but we all have a dodgy.
She says my hands are good.
No, because I gave her a correction, which I never do. Good. Yeah, so we'll start to make a few transitions there with Murphy when Keely's ready. She's going to check that, you know, when she comes back, everything's still working. He's not running, he's not lazy. And then we'll also have a look at Murphy's adjustability in the canter. They're probably, you know, two of the most sort of important things to start with in the canter. You know, the bend, the transition's important, obviously, you know, for tests, and also how they carry themselves. And then also we want to see the adjustability in the canter, because that gives us a bit of an insight into how strong the horse is and maybe what they're ready to sort of start to work on. For me, it also tells me kind of how easy they're going to be to jump, and, you know, maybe what level they're sort of up to with the jumping. Oh, I'm talking to myself. Murphy hasn't done a lot of jumping.
Like, why did I let them do it?
Yeah, she definitely. I don't think there's normally this much commentary in the videos.
Ben's gonna edit this.
I don't want to edit it.
Good boy.
Good. All right, let's make a couple of transitions a bit more together. So again, you know, sort of tailor that to the horse. So for Murphy, I'd rather see, you know, maybe five steps of trot and then back up to canter, because we're trying to check that he's really in front of the aids. For a hotter horse, you'd more work on, you know, relaxation in between, making sure you get that, and then popping back up to canter. But Murphy, we're just sort of go, really checking that he's really in front of the leg, really listening, because we're trying to make him, you know, an easier, nicer sort of ride, I guess, more on the aids. Great. All right, I reckon you can, yeah, after that one you can change. Actually, let's check first, because I said we would. Let's just check how much you can sort of change that canter a bit. So, you know, really send him forward, bring him back. Good, so that's his sort of medium canter there for Murphy. And then Keely's sitting him up a bit more. And then that also, you know, that is very common. When she asked him to sit up, he sort of just was like, oh, that's a bit hard, and dropped out. And then she just popped him straight back up. So this time when she sits him up, she's going to be a bit more ready with her leg if he does go to drop out. Yeah, good. And we don't want to make it too hard for him, because, you know, where he drops out shows us, you know, kind of where he finds it hard. So we just want to put him there for a couple of steps and then go back up into a more forward canter. Go. And, you know, that's a bit of experience, as in feeling, you know, when you need to catch them. And when they're more in front of the leg, it's easier to catch them as well. Good. All right, let's give him a little walk. Okay, we'll just give Murphy a little break, and then we're going to do the other way as well. So it feels like he's getting more in front of the leg. Yep, it's good. All right, so let's have a look at Murphy's canter this way. So that right hand isn't coming back too far then, if that's the dodgy one. And once you feel like you sort of established a nice clear rhythm there, either start to adjust the canter a bit or start to make a few transitions. Like Murphy's a little bit lazier this way in the canter, I think, and we're just working on getting a bit more bend. So does he feel like he sort of falls in a bit this way, or?
He just looks out.
He looks out. Okay, so he doesn't have much inside bend, which I think could probably make it feel like he's falling in. But yeah, it's getting better. So Keely's going to be really, you can see there, she's opening that inside rein and she's using her inside ankle to sort of ask for a bit more bend. And then she's also got that outside rein open because we also want to show him, you know, the way that we would like him to go. So she's doing a few different things just to start to get a bit more bend through his rib cage. We're, you know, looking for inside flexion, yielding off that inside leg, bending around our leg. Good. And, you know, as she's working on that bend, he's getting a bit more forward as well, which is nice. Alright, I reckon when you're ready, you can pop him back to trot. He's really in front of the leg now, which is good. That was good.
That's a factor in that transition as well.
Yeah. Amber's just saying that how in front of the leg he is how easy you're going to find that canter transition, because he is struggling to bend a little bit this way, and if Keely doesn't have him quite in front of the leg, then he just takes advantage of that and picks up the wrong lead. So you've got to really have the bend and really have him in front of your leg, and be very clear with your aids when you ask him this way. Alright, I reckon just let's do some stretchy trot with him now.
And with that canter balance, you know, in the ad we're talking about, you know, he's just come back into work after a break, so he's still working on his supplements and the quality of his bend. But you could see at the start he was trying to be a bit lazy with the bend, and instead of coming around the inside leg, he was sort of leaning in a little bit, like tipping over, so Keely had to keep her left hand quite up and her left leg getting to start working on getting a better reaction to that, and then he started to bend and then pop into that transition. But he's only been back in work, what, 2 or 3 weeks, so
Yeah.
supplements takes a little while. He is
It
an
does.
older fellow. He does try hard.
Alright, that'll probably do him, I reckon. Give him a little walk. Good. So it's good also when we have someone else ride them, it sort of shows Amber and me what we need to work on a little bit. So with Murphy, you know, it's a bit more of that left bend, especially in the canter transition, because, you know, different riders will pick up different things. If you ride the same horse all the time, you won't sort of realise they are, you know, a bit crooked one way or something like that. I think Murphy and Keely are both a bit tired now. Alright, good job.